I would like to welcome all of you for being here. I was born with a vision loss, and I have been blind throughout my life. Of course, it wasn't easy. I had to face with a lot of difficulties and problems from an early age. It meant that I had to fight for what I got so far. I would like to tell you one small story about myself. It was a long time ago when I was at high school. I don't remember, it was like 12 or 13 years ago. And I was about to graduate from high school, and one of my teachers, I think she was a history teacher, and she was a bit rude with me, and she said a couple of bad words that were like offending. She said that because I have a vision disability, I wouldn't be able to achieve anything in my life. And she said these bad words just in front of my classmates, which was very humiliating, and it was very emotionally painful for myself and for my family. After this class, I just went back home, and I was so upset. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to give up. I was the only blind person at my school, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect from my life. But then suddenly I realized that I don't need to view my disability as a disadvantage. I have to view it as an advantage for myself. And this forced me to work hard. Then I realized that any person who lives on this planet can become disabled because of many reasons. Because of illness, injury, kind of accidents, age. So at the end of the day, all of us are on the same boat. I try to teach myself that I have to prove to people that even though I myself have vision loss, I still can achieve many things in my life. At the end of my story, I just decided to work as hard as I can, and I was able to graduate to school with very good results and get admission into law school with the highest results. I had a lot of difficulties, financial, medical, health related, and especially all these emotional difficulties which I had to go through at my high school. So I thought to myself that I will be able to achieve many things. If I can go through all these difficulties, I will be able to achieve many things. As the previous speakers mentioned here, that you need to have courage and you have to be brave. These are the excellent words. Yes, and for sure I will underline these words again. But you also need to know that you also need to fight, and you also need to learn how to overcome the problems. You don't need to run away from the problems. You have to go through the problems. You need to learn how to deal with them. You have to be a fighter. This is what my life taught to me. So once I graduated from the high school, I got the admission to the law school, and while studying at the law school, I was awarded scholarship by the US State Department to study at the University of Virginia. Got my undergraduate degree in political science. Then I came back home, and I graduated from the law school here. Then I got admission to Cambridge, and then I went to Oxford, and I couldn't even imagine, and I couldn't even believe that it is possible. Because when I was at high school, I couldn't even dream about studying at those institutions, being taught by world-known professors, and especially to get the prestigious scholarships and to become Cambridge Overseas Star Scholar, wonderful Overseas, wonderful Oxford Scholar, as well as Fulbright Scholar. I couldn't even believe that it's possible. So what I want to tell you, even though some of us at some point of our life might face some kind of problems, we just don't want to overcome them. We sometimes just want to give up. But we need to use these problems which we face on day-to-day basis and at some point of our life to our advantage. They have to stimulate achievement. They have to stimulate the progress. They have to move us forward. This is the way how I was able to appreciate the problems which I had to face on my way to my goals. Being a disabled person, and especially in this country, is extremely hard because I have to face a lot of discrimination, and especially the attitude, which sometimes is very difficult from the side of people, because people here are not aware about disability-related problems. They are not so friendly. Sometimes they are very cold. They are sometimes extremely rude. They don't even want to talk about disability, and they don't even want to extend the hand of support. And despite all of these difficulties which I had to face, I also learned one important thing, that I have also to give back to society. I have to help people, and I have to do my best to achieve whatever I want to achieve. At the same time, to look to people around me in my community, and also try to extend the hand of support to people who are really in need of help. And that's why I decided to work with some disabled people while being here in this country, just to motivate them. And I also want you to use me and my speech as an example, as a motivation for you, for your future achievements in your future life. Sometimes we might face with, as I have already mentioned, with health-related problems and many kinds of problems. They should never upset you. Sometimes we can come across the people who are extremely rude, not friendly, and impatient. And you can feel this when you have a disability. Because if a person has a disability, that person is much more sensitive than other people. But your internal world, the way how you perceive the world, the way how you feel about the world around you, the way how you feel about the people around you, is much more important, in my opinion. Whenever I was in extremely difficult situations, I tried to view everything from a very positive side, from a very positive light, not just starting panicking and crying and saying that it's not possible. Many things are possible. And also I realized, like, at the end of my journey, that this life is temporary. Life is temporary in nature, by the way. That we don't need to be concerned about many things in this life. We can only do the best. We can only do our best. And we have to work constantly on ourselves to achieve something in our life. I try to be people's person. What I mean by being people's person, even though I had this disability, and I still continue to have this vision disability, I didn't expect people to come to me and say whether I need help, whether they want me to become their friend, whether they want me to invite somewhere. I tried to make the first step myself. I tried to meet with them myself first, introduce myself, start talking to them. I tried to make as many friends as possible. I tried to make the people like me. This is very important. In England, we call this transferable skills. Ability to have very good organizational leadership skills. It's not only applicable to your professional environment, it's also applicable to your day-to-day activities and your day-to-day life. And this helped me a lot. I mean, when I was living in the United States, in the United Kingdom, and in Azerbaijan, and in Russia, I was able to make lots of friends. So the internal courage which I had in myself, and by being active, and really having desire to become a lawyer, and really given the fact that I like my field as a lawyer, even though I'm not a litigation lawyer, I'm a transactional lawyer. I like talking to people and negotiating stuff, but still, it doesn't preclude me from making a lot of friends and meeting new people. And by the most important thing, by being the people's person, and as well as gaining the experience of how you need to adjust and adapt to new and changing environments. This helped me a lot. Just to know and to learn how to adjust and to adapt to different environments and different situations makes you a very flexible person. If you are flexible, you can succeed anywhere in the world. And nothing can preclude you from getting what you really want to get. You don't need to be concerned about health, money, status, because everything is temporary. And when you have these problems, it's temporary. It will go away some way, at some point in the future. But believe me, you can achieve many things in your life, even though you are not rich, even though you don't have very good health, even though you don't have good connections. But if you have courage, if you don't be afraid of being challenged, and it's very good to be challenged. It's very good to be challenged, because if you're challenged, you're learning how to do these problems. You will never be scared to face with a problem, because it will teach you to view a problem as a small, minor obstacle. It's an obstacle. This is life, and throughout of our life, we will have these problems. It's natural. We cannot go away from the problems. Just we need to learn how to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. And also there are things in this life which don't even depend on us. I mean, like, this is what I had realized from an early age. Even though I want to be perfect in everything, and it's very good to be perfect in everything, but if you can't do this, but you can do this within your abilities, as I said, you can do only your best. But there are things which don't depend on us. I mean, for example, some events which might take place in our life, even though we can do our best, but it might turn out in a different way. So there are some things which don't depend on us at all. For example, even the processes happening in our body, we can't control them. We cannot even control our planet. I'm not even talking about the universe, how everything is designed and constructed, and everything is working in perfect order. It's not we who created this. Everything was created for us, and we only have to make discoveries. This is a very interesting world we're living in, and I'm going to culminate my speech like in a couple of minutes. So my final advice to you guys, and to people around the world who is going to watch this movie, and especially to people with disabilities, is never give up, do your best, never say never, and we don't need to judge people based on their disabilities or deficiencies. We have to judge people based on their abilities. This is what really helped me to go to Cambridge, Oxford, and Columbia, as well as to work for J.P.Morgan investment bank at the Wall Street. So I'm really happy to give the speech. I'm really happy to meet with you guys, and I just want you to utilize the opportunities which are given to us here, and the excellent speakers which you are able to observe today, just to take this advice seriously as well as to take my advice. And this will help you to succeed a lot in your future life. And this is what I really had to appreciate from an early age. Thank you so much.
Elnur Bey, bundan sonra deyək ki, bu qədər biografiyanızda bu gənclərə əslində biz belə düşünürdük ki, qısaca bir intervyu müsahibə də hazırlayaq. Amma sadəcə olaraq bir rezümə şəklində tövsiyələrinizi qısaca bir şəkildə bildirin və sizə təşəkkürümüzü bildirdiniz.
Tövsiyə mən sizə o da ki, problemlərdən qorxmayın. Özünüzün asılı onu çalışın edin və həmişə mübarizə olun həyatda. Bu mənim əsas tövsiyəm sizə.
Təşəkkürlər.